how I grew a healthier and longer hair in just 2 years, then stick to this video because I am going to tell you everything about it. But first, see you on the other side. Alright guys, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how I grew a longer and healthier hair in just 2 years. Now, bear this in mind also that my hair has a little bit of a shrinkage right now, and that is because, of course, in the picture, after I made my hair, after I relaxed my hair, I told my hairdresser to stretch it out so I could actually check my hair length. So when she did, I took those pictures you see right now. But of course, I couldn't stretch it again because one of the things I do actually to keep my hair from breaking is, of course, reducing the amount of heat that I put on it. So I didn't want to put heat on this hair because of this video. I'm so sorry. I should have. It's actually really longer than this, but well, I think you guys are going to just manage it the way you see it. Let's go straight into it. I've never really had the most amazing hair, of course, which was because I didn't actually take good care of my hair. I grew up having full hair. I never really did anything special to take care of my hair. All I did was relax, use some stupid lotion, comb my hair dry, and that was it. Like, there was nothing special I did about my hair. Until 2 years ago, I was going through my friends, I was going through Instagram actually. I was going through Instagram and I saw this girl, Sheun. She is Nigerian, Yoruba. She's actually based in the US, but her hair was so long. And I was like, if a Nigerian can have this long hair, I mean, what stops me from having the same hair? So, right, I looked around, I checked other people, I typed in on YouTube, on Google, on Instagram, African long black hair, and I saw a lot of black women who have like waist-length hair. Not this, like really long hair. And I was like, okay, I need to do something, because at that period I was even very mad at my hair. I hated my hair. Somebody helped me loosen out, take down my braids. Actually, no, my weave. She helped me take down my weave, and then she kind of like gave my hair a very big cut in the middle. I was so mad. I didn't even tell her, but I was super mad. I couldn't even believe that my hair would grow past that length. You can see it right now. This used to be my hair before. Like this, what you're looking at right now. And this was a period when I told myself that I have to start doing something different. I never really did anything. I never really cared. But now I told myself that I'll have to take good care of my hair. So I decided to go online and check some things. And everything I kept seeing was just giving me so much to do, regimen. And you and I know how hard it is to maintain something when you start. And guess what? I now saw a video from the same girl, Sheun, and she told us that, you know, your hair grows. And I actually learned a lot from that video and other things I was able to get online. I just realized that your hair grows. Your hair is always growing. It does its job, and its job is to grow. It keeps growing all the time. What is wrong with our hair in Africa is that we don't retain enough length. It's not that your hair is not growing. You're just not retaining enough length. I actually figured this out, and I realized that it's true. No matter your race, whether you're black, you're white, Asian, whatever, your hair grows like every day. The same capacity you have, you have all the chances to have the longest hair you want to have in this life. But the problem is that here we don't retain enough length based on the things we do, like really terrible practices we have and really terrible myths and ideologies we have about our hair. So when I researched and I realized that my hair is growing all the time. I just have to look for ways to keep protecting my hair from breaking, so I stop losing hair. That way I'll save more and retain length. I decided to start off by doing a couple of things. Now, first of all, bear this in mind that it is not a regimen. These things I do, I don't even have any regimen. The best way to actually even grow your hair is not to have any regimen, because if you constantly keep putting your hand on your hair and keep manipulating your hair and keep combing and keep touching, guess what? You keep breaking your hair in the process. You keep losing strands of hair in the process. And guess what? You're not retaining any length. So the best thing to do is to let your hair be. Let it just grow. Now, I know that may sound crazy, but I want you to watch to the end of this video, because in the end, I'm going to tell you two most important things about my hair that changed my life and changed the way my hair grew to this point. Now, this is not my length. This is not the end goal for me for my hair. I have like goals to have really long hair, but this is just 2 years and I've been waiting for so long to do this. First of all, I have noticed that we Africans, we Nigerians especially, do not moisturize. And this has changed my life. Moisturizing your hair is the most important thing you should do every time. Like, if we're to say, pick one thing you're going to talk about today, about hair growth, and just don't say any other thing, do you guess what I'm going to pick? Moisturizing. We don't moisturize our hair here. We comb our hair dry, and that is terrible, because once you put that comb in your hair, you pull and you tug, and you know how we do it here in Nigeria. You keep losing strands of hair, and the more you keep losing strands, the more your hair keeps breaking, and the more you keep losing length, so you are not retaining anything in the end. So the most important thing is to moisturize. Now, most people actually think that moisturizing your hair is all about you putting lotion or a hair cream or hair oils on your hair. That is not it. Moisturizing your hair entails using water. Yes, water is hair food. I realized that it changed my life. This part of the world is like, we have the harshest of weathers when it comes to sunlight, we come to harmattan and all that. And those things put serious danger to your hair. So the most important thing you do first is to make sure that you always moisturize. Keep your hair constantly moisturized. Now, what do? You get a spray bottle. I actually have one, but I didn't bring mine here. Maybe in another video, I'm going to teach you guys how to moisturize effectively. But you get a spray bottle. You can get a spray bottle anywhere. Your used perfume bottles, whatever you have at home that you can actually spray water from. Then you spray it. Of course, you pat your hair in sections, spray it, and then use a heavy oil and then a light oil. Now you must make sure you combine them. The heavy oil is going to help lock the moisture in, and then the light oil is of course going to help your hair shine, and of course it's an essential oil, so it also does its job by helping your hair grow. Do not put a comb through your hair when your hair is dry. That thing makes you lose so much hair. Now, secondly, another thing I did that helped me was to space out my relaxing. Now, this, of course, is not for everybody, depending on what works for you. If you usually retouch your hair every month and it works for you and it grows your hair longer, fine. But I realized that when you don't manipulate your hair too much, when you leave your hair for a while, and then, the undergrowth comes out like plenty, and then you go to relax it, it kind of like stretches out your hair longer. Now, another thing people make mistakes of doing is when they want to stretch out their relaxing, they don't take care of their hair while their hair is unrelaxed. The basic thing is to make sure that you treat your hair just the same way a natural hair keeper treats their hair, even with your relaxed hair. This is relaxed hair, and it can grow as long as you want it to be. It just has to be based on how you take good care of it. So if your hair is going to space out, like I space out my hair for 6 months before I relax, I actually do relax my hair just twice a year. And I realize that it works out perfectly for me. In fact, it helps to stretch out my hair and makes it longer every time. And that is because my hair actually just grows half an inch in a month, meaning in 6 months I should have like 3 inches of hair growth. And when I retouch my hair, I get a 3-inch stretch, or at least 2.5 inch. That's if I lose some based on some other things like the chemicals, combing and all. And then every 1 year, I have like a 6-inch growth, and that is huge. Now, there are people who are naturally blessed with like fast hair growth. Their hair grows like an inch every month, and that really helps. Imagine if your hair grows an inch every month and you retain enough length. In 6 months, you will have 6-inch hair growth. In a year, you have 12-inch hair growth. That is amazing. Your hair will be really longer, faster, but you have to do what you have to take good care of it. Now, what I always do is I have the most stubborn hair. I couldn't even believe I could carry my hair for up to 4 months without relaxing and I'll be fine in this life. But what I did was to always make sure that I moisturize my hair. Always. Before I put a comb through it, I moisturize. And then at that point, I realized that it wasn't even hard. It was so easy to put a comb through my hair. For 6 months, I wasn't doing anything special. I was just combing my hair constantly. Oh, and another thing I always did within these 6 months is to do the rice water rinse, which I'll teach you about another time. I also do a tea tree rinse, which helps my hair shine and stretch, of course. The same thing with the rice water rinse. It's just putting, the rice water helps to, rice water has protein and it also helps to keep your hair stronger and your hair won't break much. Even the green tea rinse rather, the day I did it, I realized that my hair had a shine. Instantly, my hair had a shine. And when I put a comb through it, I didn't even lose one strand. So that is my own way of, doing what Nigerians call steaming. Now, the reason why I don't do steaming is because it constantly puts heat on your hair. Now, that's the third thing I'm about to teach you. Avoid heat as much as possible. For over 2-3 years, I think for over 2 years, the only time heat has come to my hair is about 2 to 3 times. When I go to relax my hair, after relaxing, I'm like, okay, I'm going. They're like, no, you have to dry the hair. I said, nope. Do not put any hair dryer on my hair. I don't need it. I always pack my hair and let it air dry because the more you avoid heat, the more your hair the less your hair breaks. Now people do steaming every 2-3 months, which is good. It's good for the hair. It keeps your hair stronger. But the reason why I don't do that thing is because it has to make me to constantly go through heat. And I'm avoiding heat from my hair as much as possible. So what I do is I use rice water rinse for my own protein treatment. And I use green tea rinse as well. It helps to stop my hair from breaking. And it's really been working for me. At the end of the day, what works for you makes more sense. If steaming works for you, please do steaming. It works. It actually really helps. And for some people, but for me, I feel like I don't want to put heat on my hair. I'm avoiding heat, so I won't do it. And some people go as far as doing this steaming every month. Imagine putting heat on your hair every month, having to sit under the dryer every month. It may help your hair stay strong, but then again, the heat is also weakening your hair in some other ways that you never know. All right, so that's the third thing. Avoid heat as much as you can. No stretching, no flat ironing, no hand dryers. Just avoid it as much as you can. All right, the fourth thing I'm going to talk about is taking good care of your hair, like pampering your hair. When you're taking down your hair weave or your braids, make sure you take them down and detangle your hair with patience. Take it slow. You should not be in a hurry to take down your weave or your braid. Because of that thing that happened to me, for over 2 years, nobody takes down my weave for me. I do my thing myself. I wish I could even make my hair by myself. But because most of these people who make your hair are not your friends or they take down your hair, they don't really care. They just do it fast. They just want to do it and get it over with. Take time to detangle each strand of your hair from the braid, from the weave. Take your time. Now, there is something I use once I loosen my hair. I use a detangling comb. I'm going to show you a little bit of what it looks like. All right, so I bought this comb one time. It's broken right now, but it saved my life. I don't know if you can see this, but basically this comb has helped me. Now, it's always good to get a detangling comb because normal combs usually have seams sewn into it that would actually pull your strands of your hair when you're combing. Now, I learned that it's actually healthier to use combs that do not have seams in between. Now, that's the good thing about this comb. So when this one got broken, I had to get another one to help me. This one actually has seams in it, which is actually not healthy because as you can see right here, I just combed my hair and I lost some hair here. But the seams, before I bought it, I checked it, the seam is not really tight. Like it's kind of like fluid. It's into the comb, so it doesn't pose any risk. But there was a very big comb I used to use and I realized that the seams were so long. Like if I put it through my hair, it also cuts my hair, and that is very, very terrible for your hair. So always make sure that the combs you use are, first of all, there are big combs like detangling combs, wide tooth combs, and then they don't have any seams. So basically, be careful about the hair you make. Not every hairstyle is for you. if you really want to retain long hair, avoid hairstyles that will break your hair the most, especially the ones that really deal with your edges. You can see how my edges are. I don't allow them to touch my edges when I'm making my hair. If I want to make a braid, I tell them make it loose. First of all, I do loose braids, and I tell them to make sure they brush my edges before they braid it. I avoid anything that is going to hold my hair very tight. I avoid very tiny braiding, very tiny hairstyles. Just be sure to talk to your hairstylist. Not every hairstylist is your friend as well, and not every hairstyle is for you. The best way to avoid constant manipulating and constant touching and constant, your hands going to your hair, of course, is by doing protective hairstyling. Weaves are great. I realize that when you put weaves on your hair, you carry it for about a month. When you're losing it out, you get undergrowth, your hair grows out, and it protects your hair from constantly breaking. Make hairstyles that are going to last for you. You can carry for about a month before you loosen them. Always make sure you carry your hair for at least 3 weeks to a month. If you do not love your hair, you won't be motivated, or you won't feel like treating it well. So if you're watching me right now and whatever it is, even if your hair feels like the worst hair ever, I want you to just take a minute and say thank you. Just run your hand through your hair and say thank you. Loving yourself and loving your whatever you have is the first step to identifying that you really love who you are. And then when you now start to try, doing these things, you're going to see the results showing, because of course you're treating it with so much love and care. And then my final advice for you is to be patient. No matter what you do, your hair grows, of course, but it doesn't grow like magic. It's going to take its time. That's why I'm still at this length. And I am not stuck. I am so grateful that I've grown through to this length. And I look forward, actually my hair is longer than this if I stretch it, of course. But I'm grateful that I've grown through to this length, and I look forward to getting to at least my brow length by next year. So yeah, basically that's it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. If you found this video helpful, I would like you to hit the subscribe button. It is absolutely free, so that next time when I post more videos like this, you will definitely be notified and you can watch, okay? And I really don't mind you telling me your own hair story, your hair journey. Just drop a comment below and let me know your own hair problems, your hair journey, and any questions you want to ask or any suggestions you want to make. I would be here to read and, of course, try to see if I can respond and do a video on that as well. Thank you very much, guys. My name is Charity, and see you in the next video. Love you all. Bye.